This is brought to you by binaryoptions.net, making binaries less binary and more options. Please in the future do not spam binaryoptions.net with scam websites like Safe24 Options because you just look retarded. I can see your IPs when you're posting, like this duplicate user right here. So please in the future refrain from doing that. Thank you. Hey, lots of bots here. I am doing a review, a pseudo review, let's call it, of uBinary. Now, uBinary has the coolest looking platform on the internet, as far as I'm concerned. It's just really slick and so forth. If you look here, you can see they've got these little translucent like buttons, and um, they have options for different viewpoints. Like you can choose a list view, you can choose a grid view. Um, so you have a different way of looking at your instrument panel, which is nice. They have typically a large amount for short-term turbo type options from 60 to 5 minutes. A pretty long list of different instruments of which you can trade. I was kind of shocked, especially on the currency side. They have quite a long list of odd pairs that I normally would never trade on a 60-second. Their payouts can be pretty good on like the euro in the mornings, but it's an odd time. Like from example, from early European session up to 11 a.m. in the American session, your payouts on the euro can be 75%, which is high in a short-term option. But after 11 a.m., it goes to 60. So they drop it down to like nowhere, untradable. Never trade once they go under 70%. I don't care if you are definite you're going to win the trade. Don't do it. But if any of you guys use them and you can make some comments, let me know. I'm curious to see what your experiences are. Um, Here, let me show you some of the examples. There's the 60% payouts that I'm talking about. I don't like that. Now, the minimums on here, I hear are 100 to 250. I think it's 250 really. And your minimum bet size that you can use with uBinary is $20. So provide me with some feedback. Anybody who uses them, let me know what you think, and maybe we'll open up an account and try them out and see what they're like. So the sad story of the week goes to Bank to Binary versus Mr. Alum. Mr. Alum put $2,000 in with Bank to Binary a couple years ago, and he took a like bonus, and his requirement was 88,300, of which he hit within 2 years. He turned it to 26,000, I believe, was the amount. And when he went to go for the withdraw, they went over and all of a sudden, guess what? You have to hit 250,000 in your trade volume because of the refunds that we gave you for the incorrect prices that we had. That was our fault. That we refunded you on. Increase your bonus amount. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's pretty much criminal. Now, I thought Cyprus was supposed to end the bonuses and so forth of all its regulated companies, which is Banked Binary is one of them. But Banked Binary continues to offer bonuses, turnover-based bonuses, and they just don't show it on their website. So I guess that's okay for them to do it, just as long as they don't show it on their website, right? That way, they can be overlooked by Cyprus and so forth. So we're going to see how that plays out in the future, but that's another sign of devious behavior by this company, and it's just absolutely unacceptable. So anyway, later on, he went over and complained on all the forums he can get a hold of, and screamed his head off to newspapers, to Cyprus, you named it, and he just went over and completely went on the attack, which he should have. He was in the right in doing so, in exposing BDB. And he finally accepted a settlement of 18K from them, of which they have to have a board meeting. Now, that was just hilarious to me because I thought to myself, 18K, they need to have a board meeting? The CEO and the whole company has to get together and approve this? Seriously? What, do they work in a trailer park? That's just amazing. They're like fighting over pennies. Wow, that's some low class stuff there. Anyway, so I went over and did some research since they were attacked by the CFTC last year for advertising in the US that they were regulated and had an office here, in which they didn't. Another devious behavior exhibited by them. And where there's smoke, there's fire, and it just kept following them on, and they just have done such a bad job of and such corrupt behavior that one time BOD, who used to support them, now has them listed as binary option brokers not recommended on top of their list. That's a terrible sign, especially for BOD to do that to them. I mean, and then I find out that this guy, Warren Lorient, CEO of Bank the Binary, isn't even Warren Lorient. He's his actual name is Oren Shabbat Cohen. That's his real name. Devious behavior again. So this just goes across the board. I'm like amazed. And I'm not even sure if Bank the Binary is aware that the United States has extradition laws with Israel, which basically states that if you commit a crime in the United States against U.S. citizens and such, that you can be tried in Israel and then extradited to the United States to serve time. I don't think Mr. Lauren would like doing that, and his company's behavior is just reprehensible at this point from everything that I can see. And you can see what the CFTC, I don't even know how much time they're going to give him, but he might wind up in the United States soon and hanging out with Bubba, getting some Bubba Lubba.
This is the ass-kickingest song you ever heard. Gonna put it in your butt. God. Turn your pretty ass around.
So I think he gets the point, or he will get the point. Anyway, after reading this, he's going to take a settlement, and boom, it's all good and all that. So we'll see if he gets paid, And then I read this comment. They had to have a board meeting to decide if they would give you your money. I hope the building burns down with them in it, after you're paid, of course. And then I was thinking to myself, I can imagine how this can get intercepted by the CFTC and this go down.
Area 1 building. Designate new target, target 5.
Pilot copies.
Sensor copies.
White pickup arrived in front of target building.
Pilot copy.
2 passengers, including target 5, have entered the building from the white pickup. Confirm target in building.
Copy. Sensor confirms.
Get permission for 107 to come south.
I say copy.
And sensor, leave the bridge locked up till we get permission to come off that target.
Roger, Wilco.
Pilot MC, Shade 2-2, cleared off target.
Sensor, you can break lock on the bridge and lock up the target 5 with tail 107.
Roger.
And we got 60 degrees more of heading.
Copy.
Pilot, Sentinel, request weapons loadout.
Sentinel, pilot, I've got 8 missiles and 2 bombs on 2 predators in the target vicinity.
Target 5, leaving building.
Copy.
Pre-launch checklist.
PRF code.
Entered.
AEA power.
On.
AEA bit.
In progress. Passed.
Weapon power.
On.
Weapon bit.
Passed.
Code weapons.
Coded.
Weapon status.
Weapons ready.
Pre-launch checklist complete.
Pilot, Sentinel. You are cleared to engage weapon.
TS auto track.
Established.
Laser.
Laser selected.
Go ahead and arm your laser.
Lasers armed.
Master arm is hot. Go ahead and fire the laser.
Lasing.
We're within range. 3, 2, 1. Rifle. Excellent job.
Lots of bots. Tip of the week. Okay, today's tip of the week is an interesting one. It has to do with money management, and it's called binary fission. And what does that mean? Well, binary fission is the basics of the way we evolved from the primordial ooze of which we came out of, and we divided and conquered. And this is how you can increase your survivability in trading. So let's take, for example, that you have $100, and over time you take that $100 and you turn it to $200. Great job. Now, what can you do from here? Well, if you want to increase your survivability and so forth, you can go over and take the $200 and split it off into 100 again, like where you started from, right? So imagine now you have two separate strategies or money management methods. Let's call them soldiers. And we'll say that soldier number one is a bazooka man, and he's going to use a martingale strategy of 5 to 10% of trade. Now you can use the same strategy, you just can change your money management. Now let's say that your second soldier over here is risking 10% of trade, and instead of using martingale, it's going to be a single entry. So you get my point right there? You see where I'm going with this? So it's very simple, and what you're doing is you're protecting yourself as well as you're giving yourself a path of growth. So if you have a drawdown in one versus the other and you're splitting it off, you protected yourself. You've got diversification in time, in money management and strategy, and you can give yourself an option to also grow faster. Say that one of them you take more risk, and maybe one dies and gets blown up, but maybe the other one flourishes. You don't know. So you give yourself this diversity, and you then can withstand drawdown periods and expand when things are good. So keep it in mind, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next week.
Big black bumper, baby, bitch.